All right, so next up from Mona, I love how there's two like Hydro back to back. We have Childe, Tartaglia, as they say. I'm so interested to learn about his foul legacy because they didn't give it to us. They didn't give us a lick of the foul legacy in the character quest, and I was really upset about that because I thought that's where we were going to learn about it. I thought they were going to talk about it in the trailers when we got through his like his miscellany, his collected miscellany, his trailer, his demo, and nothing. Obviously, they talked about the Saritsa with him. They talked about his relationship with his family. He has a bunch of siblings, which is cool too. Maybe we'll learn a little bit about his delusion as well. I think that'd be kind of cool. The fact that it's Electro, which is kind of contrasting to his Hydro vision. Yeah, so let's get into it. We have Tartaglia, aka Childe, affiliated with the Fatui with a Hydro vision, number 11 of the Harbingers, also known as Childe. His name is highly feared on the battlefield. Character details. Despite holding one of the most senior positions in the Fatui as one of the 11 Harbingers, Childe very much looks like the young adult that he is. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing, absolutely. However, for under the cheerful and confident appearance lies a deadly swordsman who also apparently uses a bow. I think actually he uses a bow because he's not good with it. I think that's what I heard, that he's like not good with the bow, so he uses it to try to get better with it. He is the youngest among the Harbingers, but one of the most deadly among their numbers. That said, Childe doesn't seem to fit in well with others. As a fighter, first and foremost, he is quite at odds with the organization about deceit and treachery. So, yo, Childe, sword fighter, dude, imagine. I mean, I guess that's why he has his stance, because his stance is like the closest thing you're gonna get to swordsmanship. So that'd be kind of cool. I also like the juxtaposition that he holds one of the most senior positions, but he's the youngest among the Harbingers, I think age-wise, which is kind of cool. I wonder if the position is based on, I don't know if it works like, because like in Kingdom Hearts, the organization members, the number rank that you are is your rank in which you join. So if you're rank 5, you're the 5th member to join. Or if you're the 10th rank, you're the 10th member to join. Character story 1. As the youngest Harbinger in the history of the Fatui, Childe is hardly bound by conventions and plays by his own rules accordingly. He reminds me so much of Axel from Kingdom Hearts, which is again part of the Organization 13, which is like a polar opposite of, I mean, kind of a mirrored reflection in a different franchise to that of like the Harbingers, like the Organization 13. He reminds me so much of Axel in that way. Though this lone wolf is not so well received by his peers and is at odds with their methods, his cavalier demeanor hides a responsible, watertight meticulousness. He's a proud man of his word. Even if the promise he makes is absurd, he will never break it. Be it exterminating all the dragons inside their lair, venturing into the domains of extreme danger, or single-handedly overthrowing the territory of a nobleman. He not only keeps his promise, but he does it with finesse and surgical precision. As the Harbinger's vanguard, Childe always appears in the vulnerable underbellies of Snezhnaya's enemy states, striking as a conflict is about to erupt. Hello, Liyue storyline. Yeah, Childe's no stranger to conflict, that's for sure. Character story 2. Many myths and Snezhnaya say that Tartaglia has been on the battlefield since he was 14 years old. That's depressing. Oddly enough, at that age, he already seemed to be a skillful slaughterer with mastery in many forms of martial arts. But more terrifying than his skill in combat was his passion for it. Perilous battles would only excite him, and terrifying foes would exhilarate him all the more. Childe's arrogance and conceit are derived from honing himself across countless battles and from unmatched combat experience. On the other hand, because they fret about the way his quarrelsome personality tends to invite unwanted troubles, the other Harbingers constantly try to send him on missions to places as far from Snezhnaya as possible so that they can avoid the fallout. Damn, they sent his ass all the way to Liyue Harbor just so he wouldn't cause trouble back home. That's funny. The man is incomprehensibly ever in the eye of the storm, and these unusual experiences have also made him quite the show-off who revels in the praise of others. Unlike other members of the Harbingers who prefer to keep a low profile, Tartaglia will often go to watch public performances, occasionally even becoming part of the show himself. He's a showman. That's what I think makes him so appealing. He's the life of the party. He's a showman. He puts on a display. He's skillful in fighting, and he looks great doing it. You know what I mean? Just remember his introduction. He's just finessing all of these Millilith fighters. He looks awesome, even though he's sus. You know what I mean? It's hard to take your eyes off of him. He's so captivating. I love it. Character story 3. Ice fishing has been one of Tartaglia's hobbies since childhood. In those days, he was known neither by the names Tartaglia nor Childe, as the Fatui called him, but Ajax. What? That's his name? Named by his father after some hero's tale. What? They actually gave his real name. Wait. Okay, so hold on. So is he the old? I think he's the oldest sibling, right? So that's so weird. He doesn't look like an Ajax at all. So there's Ajax, Tonya, which is the sister, Tusser, which is the little brother from his quest, and then Anthon. First off, parents don't waste any time. And second, Ajax. Holy shit, that's so cool. I always forget. So I know the Fatui is like a reference to something, and I guess Tartaglia is a role within that reference. So Tartaglia is the role, Childe is the title, or do I have that backwards? Oh, Childe is just an alias? What is that, like a nickname? Okay, all right. So Ajax is his birth given name. Tartaglia is the name given to him by the Tsaritsa, like his second name, if you will, within the Fatui. And then Childe is like a title or a role within the Fatui, I assume. Named by his father after some hero's tale. He and his father would cut holes open upon frozen lakes before sitting beside them and tending to their fishing lines. This was no easy task and would sometimes take the entire morning. But whether it was chiseling away at the thick ice or the long waits in between catches, he was always accompanied by his father's unending tales of adventure. These were stories of his father's adventures when he was young, and they became the future that Tartaglia secretly envisioned for himself. So he would pay close attention, putting himself in the shoes of the protagonist of those tales, immersing himself fully in those even when they waited for the fish to bite. Even after leaving home, Ajax, later to be known as Childe, Tartaglia would keep that hobby of his. It's so weird that this guy has 3 fucking names. It's kind of hilarious. No longer accompanied by the stories of bygone days, fishing instead became an opportunity to train, to hone his endurance and reflect on combat techniques. Such long periods of meditation to refine his skills swiftly relegated the questions of a successful catch to irrelevance. AKA, my boy, there's nothing my boy can't do. Character story 4. Unlike what the rest of the world may think, Tartaglia was not born with his exceptional skills in battle, but he would never speak to anyone about that critical, fateful encounter of his. When he was 14, he fled his monotonous life at home with nothing but a short sword and a bag of bread in hand. That 14-year-old got lost in the snowy mountains. Pursued by bears and wolf packs, he lost his footing and fell into a bottomless crack in the earth's surface. There, he witnessed the endless possibilities of another... What? This man fell into the abyss? There, he witnessed the endless possibilities of another ancient world. There, he would meet a mysterious swordsman. Or perhaps one should say that this dark realm had sensed the burning ambition in this boy's heart. That darkness was something that the Harbinger child could never again delve into. In those 3 months, the swordsman taught Tartaglia how to pass into the abyss unhindered, and more importantly, nurture the ability to stir up endless havoc from within Ajax's troubled mongering nature. Who the fuck is this swordsman? So he falls into like the abyss and someone is there waiting to teach him the foul legacy? Are you kidding me? No one knows what happened within the darkness during those 3 months, nor would Ajax ever speak of it to anyone. When his worried mother and sister finally 3 fucking months. Dude, 3 days! Wait, swords woman? Wait, it was a swords woman? Wait, no, that was a swords woman. What the fuck? That's even more badass. I'm like losing my fucking mind right now, guys. So hold up. This man was gone for... He went to the hyperbolic time chamber, bro. Also, our sister uses a sword, and she's fucking around with the abyss right now. I don't know if it was her, though. This was when they were 14. When he was 14. I don't know how long ago that... I mean, that probably could have been in the time that we've been here, like, right? Like the 500-year sleep. A lot could have happened. Oh, my God. So this man chilled in an abyss hyperbolic time chamber. 3 days equals 3 months. When his worried mother and sisters... Plural? I thought it was just Tonya. Bro, his parents do not miss. They do not waste time. Jesus Christ, this guy's got a big fucking family. So he has at least 2 sisters and 2 brothers. And then there's him. So that's at least 5 kids. When his worried mother and sister finally found him in the forest, only 3 days had passed in this world. Thus did Ajax's first journey end with his now rusty short sword in hand. This would mark the end of his youth and the beginning of his days as a motherfucking warrior. I cannot believe that. That's so fucking cool. This is what I wanted, by the way. I wanted to know about the foul legacy. There, he would meet a mysterious swordswoman who literally taught him the ways of the darkness. That's where he learned his foul legacy. And he was a fucking kid. For 3 months, he trained. We need to know who that woman is. We better see her. She better be in this game within the next 10 years of it coming out. Oh, that's so sick, dude. But he didn't talk about it. He didn't talk about it with anyone. I mean, he's a 14-year-old kid. Guaranteed he's traumatized. guys, but that literally changed his life. That changed him forever. By the time he returned home, the young man was no longer the same. He was no longer frightened and hesitant and had become frivolous and confident. I mean, yeah, when you harness the abyss, nothing's gonna scare you. You know what I mean? He acted as if the world revolved around him and as if battle existed for his sake. Conflict often brought upon change, and this capricious, incalculable change attracted Ajax like a revolving kaleidoscope. In the eyes of his father, that third son, wait, in his eyes, that third son that he had so worried about changed for the worse, bringing much uncalled for havoc on the seaside village of Morpasok. Wait a minute. So Childe isn't the oldest? He's not even the oldest son? Also, we know where Childe lives now. What the fuck? This guy has a huge ass family. So Teucer's at least behind him. I don't know if Anthon is older or younger. So there's a child, no pun intended. So I guess Anthon, another child, and then Teucer, and then at least 2 daughters. That's 6 kids. What the fuck where's the fire? What are they doing? How do you afford these kids? My goodness. So they live in a seaside village of Morpasok. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that name's gonna live in my head now because that's literally where they're from. I wonder if Childe's gonna be the only playable character of his siblings. You know what I mean? Like, I can't picture the whole freaking Childe family bloodline being on the banner. That's insane. Especially not Teucer. Ultimately, after a huge brawl was pacified with some difficulty and with some near fatal misses, his father had no choice but to hand his beloved son over for conscription into the Fatui. Oh yeah, I think he mentioned that during his character quest, right? Like, he was just so hungry to fight and cause mischief and trouble that like something happened and he got shipped off. That's kind of like the military. It's kind of like where you're sending your kid off to boot camp. He hoped that the strict military training of the Fatui would hone his son's temper, but wound up watching fully armored troops getting the suffering beaten out of them by a mere child. That probably fed his ego. This was a great disappointment to his father, but it also caught the attention of Pulcinella, the 5th Harbinger. Dude, more Harbingers! Am I saying that right? Pulcinella, the 5th Harbinger. Shocked by Ajax's strength and curious about how he invariably became the eye of the vortex of discord, Pulcinella inducted Ajax into the Fatui under the pretext of meting out punishment, ordering him to start from the bottom and take up the duty of serving the Tsaritsa. His insatiable desire for conquest would thus be constantly satiated in fighting for the Fatui, and his ever-burgeoning ego would gore upon the elation of vanquishing mighty foes. Until at last, Ajax was chosen to be one of the Fatui Harbingers, donning the mantle of Childe Tartaglia. Oh, of Childe Tartaglia. So it's like a first-last name of the Fatui, and becoming one of the most powerful people in Snezhnaya. But becoming Tartaglia was far from his end goal. To someone who sought to conquer the world, this was but a tiny step in his journey. Conquering the world? Jesus, dude. You have an insatiable desire for power. That's not gonna end well. I don't think we've seen Pulcinella, right? Oh, okay. If you read the YouTube description, it says that was Pulcinella. What the fuck? I thought that was the Tsaritsa this whole time. Her and her followers, according to the description. Dude, this is crazy. So we learned about this man's foul legacy, like where it originated, a mysterious swordswoman who can harness the fucking abyss and freaking dwell among it. We learned that Childe has like another sibling that we haven't heard of outside of Tonya. 2, actually. He has another brother and at least another sister on top of the 3 that we already know. And we got another Fatui dropped on us. Are you kidding me? This is insane. And we found out that this man's like hungry for power and world domination, which is insane as well. I already knew I just thought he liked, you know, spicing things up, being excited, like always having something to do and having a challenge. But I don't know, Childe could easily go off the deep end by late game if his thirst is not quenched. Tartaglia's letters to home. Dearest sister, are you all keeping well at home? Has the old man's headaches gotten any better? Please send my regards to our parents and our siblings. I've sent some wind chill medicine over from Liyue Harbor. It's been effective and will probably keep him from nagging for a while. Oh, is the dad not feeling well? It should reach you in a few days. Apart from our father's affairs, I naturally haven't forgotten about the gifts from you all. This letter should come with 2 kites from Liyue, a rattle drum, 2 porcelain... Wait, hold on. This letter should come with 2 kites, a rattle drum, 2 porcelain dolls from Inazuma, and a crate of various snacks. So I think that confirms that he has 5 other siblings, and the 2 dolls being 2 sisters and 3 brothers. Oh my god. Various snacks. And please break it to Anthon that the residents of Liyue are just boring, old, ordinary humans like us. They're not made of stone, and they don't even eat stones. Do not fret for my sake, Tonya, and refrain from making trouble for anyone at home. I will be home soon. When I have seized the 7 stars, oh wow. When I have seized the 7 stars of Liyue and I laid them at the feet of her Majesty the Tsaritsa, I will take the first ship home, just as I promised. And you know how I always keep my promise. Yours faithfully, your loyal knight. I guess that's like maybe his oldest sister. I assume just by the way he's talking to her. Yeah, he made a promise, so he's gonna snatch the Why did he say the 7 stars of Liyue? When I have seized the 7 stars of Liyue. So I guess 7 stars translates to the Qixing. Okay. Yeah, I was like 7 stars. I thought the statue of the 7 archons. I thought that's what they were referring to. Yeah, so he sends letters to his sisters, I think to his sister quite often, because in the trailer, he also sent a letter. He was like, dearest sister. And I was like, sister? Like what? You got siblings? And then lo and behold, this kid has 5 other siblings. And then like, because I only knew about Tonya first, and then Tuser in the trailer, and then they reference Anthon, but then now we find out that he has another brother and another sister that we haven't seen yet. Bro, I think Childe's fucking lore alone has given me more new information than any of these other ones. Albedo's gave me a lot too. Jesus Christ. And not even his vision, dude, his delusion. Tartalia's delusion is his old badge of honor and the proof of his strength. He still remembers with perfect clarity the day he received his delusion and ascended to a member of the Harbingers. As he stood before the cold, stern Tsaritsa, the jester, the very first of the Fatui, personally, bro, another one, personally pinned his insignia upon him. The jester is number 1, Pusinella is number 5, Childe is number 11. I don't know if they mention what but we have Dottore, so there's Dottore, I don't know what he is. Signora's 8, Scaramouche is 6, so we're missing 2, 3, 4, 7, 9, and 10. And Dottore is one of them, but I don't know which one he is. I don't know if we'll find that out until the manga. It was his reward for slaying many terrible beasts and a memento of countless battles, but it was not that this brought Tartaglia joy, for honor is a natural reward to a warrior. Nor did he pay any mind to the odd looks his new colleagues gave him, for the opinions and belly aches of others meant nothing to him. The sight of the Tsaritsa on her lofty throne alone stirred the young man's heart with respect and admiration, not merely because she opened the way for him to find an abundance of looming battles, but also because of the way she looked upon him. Her gaze was cold but pure, arrogant yet sharp. She was not only the sacrosanct cryo archon, but also a pure warrior. Thus did Childe, having received his delusion, swear an oath of fealty to the one and only Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya. All right, so the delusions are basically like armaments that are given to you once you reach I assume they're for the military. You know, it's kind of like man-made visions. Then he also got a vision as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it was given by the Tsaritsa upon him and the other members of the Fatui. It's not a guarantee that the element is given to you by the respective archon of that element. It could be RNG. The fact that you get a vision is what matters. I don't think it's the element that matters as much. Then what about Ball then? If all of the other archons knew that the Tsaritsa was bad, why would they ever give any members of the Fatui or any members of Snezhnaya a vision? Like, why would the Hydro Archon give a vision to someone like Childe? Like, I don't know if there's a rule that you can't give your respective vision to the people that live in your region, but then look at characters like Jean. You know what I mean? Jean's from Mondstadt and she has an animo vision. So are we to believe that Venti just gave it to her willy-nilly? I think Celestia is what gives the visions, not the archon specifically. I just think maybe Ball is like cutting ties with Celestia, which is affecting that respective element for some reason because she's not in tune with them. So I think that's the extent of why electrovisions are so affected. I do like how the Tsaritsa, I think the Tsaritsa, because it's like, okay, well, what vision do you have? You're gonna get this delusion to complement your vision. So like the fact that Childe has Hydro and Electro just works perfectly because they're like great complements to each other. So essentially Signora, because she has an ice vision, she might actually have a pyro delusion, which means she's going to be doing some crazy melt damage depending on which one is which. But if I'm assuming if the cryo is either a vision or delusion, the other one would be pyro. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Oh man, this gave me so much lore. That's crazy.
I'm number 11 of the Fatui Harbingers, codename Childe. But I also go by Tartaglia. And you? You two like to cause quite the stir, don't you? Something tells me we're going to get along splendidly. You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies than, well, standing here. This place is pretty dead. By which I mean, there's nothing to kill. I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting and scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt. Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally.
Bro, they have like hyper sheer cold in Snezhnaya. I'm not gonna like that region if we don't have a way to combat the cold. It's gonna be, bro, you freeze if you stand still. That's like hyper dragon spine, dude. I'm not looking forward to that.
Ah, perfect weather for fishing. The sound of the rain scares them away, but once it stops, they're yours for the taking. Could it be snowing in Snezhnaya too?
It's always snowing in Mother Snezhnaya.
The world looks glorious in the snow. Pure white, like the light of the moon. A perfect backdrop for bloodshed.
Okay, child. You need to relax, dude. I get you like a good fight, but bro, I'm a little concerned now. It's a little extra, not gonna lie.
The wind is picking up. There is conflict in the air.
He likes the sound of death.
Just look at that wind blow. The wind permeates all, cleansing both mind and body. Excellent.
God, I love the voice acting. Yo, Griffin Burns killing it.
Morning, comrade. You're raring to go today, I see. You look well. What's your secret? Care to exchange notes?
I mean, you look great too, dude.
Oh, dinner was quite the feast. A spot of exercise is in order.
I really hope we learn about if he talks at all about the person that gave him his foul legacy.
Today was great. See you tomorrow, comrade. A warrior must always be ready to face any challenge with his blade. The outcome of the battle is irrelevant. What matters is that you learn from the experience.
If you make it out alive.
I'm sure the Harbingers must know of my dealings with you by now. Oh, I'd love to see the look on their faces. I am the least adept with a bow, and that is precisely why I must master it.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
You wield such powers without owning a vision. I really am excited to see what you have in store for us. Let's see how far you can go. Just don't go dying on me before you lay it all on the line in our final battle. I won't allow it.
Yeah, AKA every week when I fight this guy for my weekly drops.
Comrade, how would you like to join the Fatui?
I love how they're like, comrade. That's literally like Russia right there, down to a T.
Comrade, how would you like to join the Fatui? Actually, scrap that. With your capabilities, you and I could go head-to-head with the Harbingers and win. Wouldn't want to miss an opportunity like that.
Yo, Pog.
If it makes me stronger, I'll take it. Vision? Great. Delusion? Don't mind if I do. Heretical teachings from the Abyss? Sign me up.
Aw, dude, he's such a tease, man. I want to know. I want to know what happened.
The skeletal white snowscape devours life without leaving any trace. It is the invisible enemy we fight against each day. I once ventured deep into the abyss and came face to face with an enormous beast. I don't know its name. All I know is the sight of it chilled me to the bone.
What the fuck?
But mark my words, one day I will march back in there and behead that beast. And you, comrade, will be my witness.
Bro, there are creatures in the abyss? What the fuck? An enormous beast. Oh, dude. I honestly think, I wonder if we are gonna get more Spiral Abyss as the game expands, and we'll eventually get to that point where Childe was. That sounds scary, though. Who the heck is Skirk?
It's been years since I last saw my master. I should hope the next we meet, I'll at least be able to force her to use both hands to beat me.
What? Use both her hands? She's that good? She's that good, dude. That's the woman. Swordswoman. Skirk. I want her on the banner. 5-star Abyss. What the fuck is this game? What is this game? Hello? Dude, we don't know shit about Genshin Impact. Are you kidding me? Skirk, the Abyss Swordswoman. Where the fuck did she come from? Who is she? She was so much better than him that she didn't even need 2 hands to beat him. Oh, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait for like Childe and Snezhnaya and like Dainsleif and fucking Conria and the Abyss. That's gonna be so good. I can't believe I am eating good, dude. Childe was one of the characters that it was him and Albedo. I was like, I want to learn the most about them two. Dude, I got way more than I bargained for with Childe. Holy shit.
There's far more to that man than meets the eye. As for the extent of his power, lots to look forward to, I think. Tell me, how has Mr. Zhongli been lately? Not bad, you say. Seems he's had no problem acclimating to mortal life.
Oh, shit.
He sure had me fooled. Such a fiasco mustn't be so easily forgiven. The only way to reconciliation is fierce combat. What do you mean I'm no match for him?
God, he's so cocky. Holy shit. Bro, he's a god. What do you mean you're... I don't know, dude.
Her Royal Highness, the Tsaritsa, is actually a gentle soul. Too gentle, in fact. And that's why she had to harden herself. Likewise, she declared war against the whole world only because she dreams of peace. And because she made an enemy of the world, I had the chance to become acquainted with you.
Yep, I'll see you on the battlefield late game, buddy.
Huh. Varka. Just the thought of one day going head-to-head with him in combat. The fabled Knight of Boreas himself, Titan of the Knights of Favonius.
Titan!
It makes me buzz with excitement. It's a beautiful life we live in this world.
I mean, Childe hasn't been to Mondstadt. Like, I mean, I don't know if he has, but he was only within leeway when we went there. So if we ever return to Mondstadt, when the fucking Knight of Boreas comes back, that'd be cool to just see that encounter. Man, I'm so hyped for Varka. I think that's like the next big character that I'm looking forward to getting. Holy shit, this is so fun.
Remember, comrade, one day I will conquer the world. Face me in person, man to man, and I'll always have a chance of beating you. Same goes if you're a deity or a monster from the abyss. But the Harbingers? They are more enamored with their intangible methods, spending their days scheming and maneuvering. This is why we cannot get along.
Damn, Childe's like, I just go in. I just go in and I fuck shit up. I don't got time to think.
However far away my motherland may be, we all live under the same sky.
It's the motherland.
That snow white moon. My family must be able to see it too. I hope my siblings... I hope that they have turned out to be formidable warriors as well.
Yo, potential banner characters, mihoyo. If you got one, you need the whole family. That's easy money, just saying.
Comrade, a word of advice. Don't go yelling stupid things in the heat of battle. They might sound good in your head, but if you think about it, they make no sense at all. I'm talking about things like, I'm on fire. That's the last thing we want. Fire leaves behind nothing but ashes, and you must survive at all costs.
It's like, no, I'm serious, I'm on fire, put it out. You have water, you have a hydrovision, help me.
Ah, how time flies. One day you will see how I conquer the world and crush the thrones of gods beneath my heel.
Jesus.
In the meantime, no dying, comrade. Keep yourself alive.
Comrade. What's your definition of comrade, Childe? I feel like he's saving me for last.
Ice fishing and combat follow the same principle. Patience and decisiveness are key.
Yep.
Though, having said that, I suppose the same is true of everything in life.
How do people think he's not evil? He's just very skewed. It's not that he's evil. Maybe he's self-absorbed. I think that he just has such fucking big brain, like, ambition. And it's just like, I would say he can be evil, but it's not like chaotic. It's like neutral. He's like, yo, I'm like, what he's doing is gonna cause more harm than good. But in his eyes, it's like, it's the thrill of the fight, I think.
My pet peeves. Well, to be honest, I'm far too busy journeying with you and slaying powerful enemies to dwell on such trifling matters.
All right, dude, he's buttering me up. Dude, flattery will get you nowhere, Tartaglia.
There's plenty of delicious food to sink your teeth into in this world, and plenty of fights to sink your teeth into as well. Life is beautiful.
Oh my god, this man's hungry for a fight, dude. All times, 24/7.
Food is like weaponry. A true warrior never deliberates unduly over their choice of weapon, nor do they do so over the food they eat. Neither should you.
Hey, I'm not a picky eater.
Oh, I feel like I've gotten stronger. Now, who shall I use as my guinea pig? A warrior's strength is like a dome. The bigger the dome, the more opponents he can challenge inside it. Who was it that said this again?
Oh my god, dude. He's so one-track minded, it's hilarious.
Bravo, comrade. Thanks to your help, I am one step closer to my goal of conquering the world. I doubt even that Tsaritsa herself ever expected I would make it this far. Comrade, make sure you keep training too. Otherwise, who will be left to fight me to the death when the world lies defeated at my feet?
All right, so we literally have to fight Childe to the death. Oh, was it Ajax who said that in the myth? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? His name is based off of that hero in the story. The bigger the dome, the more opponents you can challenge inside it. Who said that again? Oh yeah, the person that my name is based off of. Damn. God fucking damn, bro. This shit blew me away. I cannot believe how much I got out of this. We got, what, 2 Harbingers? We got a little bit of Sarita lore. We got the mother. Oh, we got the father. We got his name. We got all 5 of his siblings referenced. His fucking delusion. His foul legacy. His abyss swordswoman master. Skirk. Oh my god. I don't know what to say. Childe has delivered well in excess of what I was expecting. I just wanted to know about his foul legacy. I got so much more out of that. I cannot believe, and we got a lot of that out of one Fatui. So like, imagine what Scaramouche is gonna say and all the other ones once we hopefully someday get them on our team. I really hope Dottore's in it. I like that name. That's like doctor, right? I heard that he's in the manga, so after we go through all of these, we're gonna be reading the manga next. So I'm looking forward to seeing, and yeah, so we're still missing like a handful of the others, but I think we know maybe about 5 of the Fatui so far, 5 or 6 of them, something around that ballpark. But this was crazy. Absolutely loved everything about that we got about Childe. He's one of my favorite characters in the game as well, and I really hope we see him in the story again.